to try to get better at it. I'd like to have the opportunity. So that made it much more engaging to me, you know?
You seem to me, it's funny because I didn't know you until now,
Yeah.
but like, you seem to me actually be so different from the characters that I've seen you play. Like, you actually very, well, it's not your characters aren't kind-hearted, because I think like, but they're like, I mean, I'm sure you can be a grump.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you can be,
yeah.
but you don't. I mean, Brendan, you don't have to come in right now, but I do.
I'm full grump. I'm a recovering grump.
He's like, I'm not allergic to peanuts, but I'm fucking allergic to Marc. No, but like there is something to like what's really wonderful is like your essence coming out. You know,
that's
like,
new.
There are things that you can explore.
That's new.
You know, that you didn't know. You know, and then also people's assumptions. Like I did like, I mean, it's just so funny over a long period of time playing roles how people perceive you.
Yeah.
Which is just not you, which is also that struggle. It's like you kind of go, I'm not the character that I played in Nightcrawler, right? Like, there are aspects that I understand or that I learned about myself that are so interesting to me, but I'm not that guy, right? And when, you know, and I think for a long time people are like, oh, he's really good at that.
Right.
And then when I first started, it was just like, oh, he's a doormat, you know, he's an emotional doormat, you know, like that. Somebody actually, I quote somebody when I say that about me early on. And then you do other things and they just think you're the absolute opposite. I mean, my sister spoke about times where people would say before she did this movie Secretary she did, where they were like, oh, she's not sexy enough or something.
Right.
You know? And then after that movie, it was like, she's too like sexual.
And it's so funny that the people that say these things, they do nothing.
But it's like it's also understanding that when you watch something, we don't know people. You know, you watch a new actor you know nothing about. You don't know who they are. Then you know other people's stories over time. You're watching stories within stories.
Yeah, that's true. But but did you know? Like, but I mean, I just spoke of my small experience at that. But did you seek things that would, be different enough for people to judge you differently every choice you made around jobs, around roles?
I think no. I think I kind of would say yes, maybe, but also you're challenging certain things, yes, and then you get like, oh, I've done this thing, and then something comes, you go, oh, that'd be kind of fun to do, you know?
Yeah.
That people have asked me over the years things like, what's the character you've always wanted to play? Or is there a person in history you've always, and I'm like, no, what? And I listen to actors, all the great ones. Let me just say this. All the great ones are like Winston Churchill, you know, or like, you know, whatever it is. It's like,
I don't want the pressure of playing anybody.
But there are people who are roles they've always wanted to play. I'm not that guy. I'm like, you send it to me, I read it, I like it, I'll try and fit in it, you know? Does the suit fit, you know? I don't know how you feel in your life and in the work that you've done. I want to do things that it doesn't necessarily have to be acting.
Yeah.
And more it actually isn't acting.
What is it? Producing? Restaurant work?
I think creating more things. Restaurant work, yeah. No, I mean, I do love to cook, but I think we go through different stages in our lives, and I think in those stages in our lives, we all question things that we've done in our work, in our job, and in our life. Uh-huh. And I think I'm sort of at a place where I've had incredible opportunities, a ton of luck, and I think I do want to explore other avenues. That's part of what getting into producing has been for me. That's sort of the step in, you know, and then I think more and more trying to create myself. You know, I love acting. Don't get me wrong, but I have always, ever since I began, loved watching the other actor across from me more than playing the character that I'm playing. And as much as I've loved the characters that I've played, the thing that has fascinated me and that I've been in awe of are the other people across from me, which I'm starting to kind of take into account and starting to understand that maybe it's something else that I want to do more. Maybe it's directing, maybe it's writing something for someone, maybe it's that. But that to me is where I find myself moving.
Have you done some of that? Have you done some writing of stage pieces?
Yes, yeah, not stage pieces. I write and more screenplays. I love puzzles, you know, and I find great joy in the like insular, isolated space that is writing.
Yeah.
You know, it's really is yours. And having been an actor for so many years, you're coming in at the very end,
right? And
you're interpreting somebody else's stuff. And there's just something so personal and private about being alone, and it can just suck and no one's watching.
Right.
That I just love. So
that's great. So I mean, it must be thrilling to be nominated for a Tony for producing. I mean, that's got to be encouraging.
It's thrilling being nominated for a Tony for producing and for acting. You know, that's like a it's just pretty fucking cool. Like, of all of the things, that's cool. And I'm not really a big sort of awards person,
right?
When I heard about that, I was
about the acting Tony.
I was thrilled.
Yeah,
the acting Tony's just a thing.
Sure, man, it's great.
And so I was. It's a community that I love so much, and for so many years have like you know, wanted to be a part of. And not to say that being nominated for something makes you feel like you are, but I think that I finally, over the past few years, have really felt like it's a community that I love and will give to, and that gives back, and I know I will have for the rest of my life, and I will give back to for the rest of my life. And like the first show I ever saw, I wanted to be up there and a part of it, and just to, I don't know, when we talked about that Harbor story, I was thinking, you know, every time before I walk out on stage, what I think about, if it's in a professional sense, I think about like when I was in high school or something and I walked out, the feeling is literally no different.
Never.
It's just like all those people paid way too much money to come see it. So like you have such a deep obligation. But that difference between play as a kid and play when you're doing it professionally, there is no difference.
It's just like everything converges on this point and it gets real.
Yeah. And that to me, like, it will never get old. It will never get old. And so, I mean, I like also the Harbor moment made me think like it's also great to just be a producer of a show and be sitting there in the audience opening night and be like, hey, I get to read the reviews and like I didn't have to go sweat and perform up there. It's pretty great.
Yeah, so now you got both of those things going. Well, and also, good luck with the movie. I hope you win. It was good talking to you. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Same.
It was fun.
I am a fan of yours. I really think you're a wonderful actor.
Thanks, man.
You're not as good of a podcaster or a radio host, but I think you're a good actor. And
well, good.
And just keep trying. You know what I mean? Just keep trying. You know.
I will in all things.
No, but I really thank you for having me on your show.
It's great, man. It was great talking to you. I'll see you around, hopefully.
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, buddy.
In person, for fuck's sake.
That'd be great.
All right.
All right, man.
Bye.
There you go. There you go. Go watch some Jake stuff. We'll see if he wins a Tony. As I said before, he's up for 3 of them. Best actor in a play and a couple production Tonys as well. Seawall, A Life is the play he's up for producer and best actor, and also Slave Play, which I'm sorry I missed. Are we ever going to get to go to theater again? Huh? And don't forget, soon you'll be asking what the hell happened to Harold Heaven. Now streaming on Paramount Plus. For heaven's sake, a true crime documentary series so mysterious it can only be solved by 2 comedians. In 1934, Harold vanished from his small Canadian town. Now his great-grandnephew Mike and Mike's best friend Jackson will go to hilarious lengths to solve the case. The true crime documentary series, For Heaven's Sake, now streaming on Paramount Plus. Why didn't I learn how to use GarageBand during lockdown other than just talking into it? So many fucking things. Why didn't I get that rug fixed? Did you realize you can break a rug? You can. Boomer lives. And Monkey LaFonda. Cat angels everywhere in the rain. In the fucking rain.